Good morning everyone, I'm Gwen Thompson and I'm here with pots of clay just to demonstrate for you our Easter bag, and that should be in your bag of goodies. And if you take it out, and we'll start preparing now to put it together so that you can put your Easter eggs in, or a gift for someone, or just to enjoy yourself. But you may have a different colour scheme, but that's okay because they'll still all end up more or less in this way, and I hope you'll enjoy making it with me. So I'll give you time to get your packs out, and meanwhile I'll just adjust the camera so you can actually see what's going on. Okay, hopefully you can see my table, and I've just laid out on this pink sheet of paper just the bits and pieces that you could have available. But really all you need for this project, apart from the pieces in your pack, is actually glue and something just to, as I say, take the bits of paper out of the holes where the twine will go. And it could be a pencil, it could be a skewer, it could be a pin, whatever you want to use for that. And as you see, I've got scissors here, but you shouldn't need them. I only suggested scissors just in case two pieces have not quite separated at the edge. You can actually cut them through, but I don't think hopefully you won't need those. But you will actually see as well that I've got a bone folder, because we're going to be folding the paper or the card in a minute, and you'll need something just to give it a good crease, and I use a bone folder. But you can use anything you've got to hand. That will actually give it a nice crease. And you don't necessarily have to have a bone folder to do that. You can use a pencil or pen, or basically even your fingers. You know, you don't need to have this equipment. I've also got some double-sided tape, which I may use for the longer seams that will be joining the gift bag. But again, glue does fine as well. You don't necessarily need double-sided tape. And I've got some of these little double-sided stickies as well for the sentiment, but again, you don't need that. Glue will do perfectly well, but it's just if you want to use different things, you can. It's entirely up to you. So let's get started, and the first thing I want you to do is just put your two pieces side by side, and we're going to work first of all on the front piece, and we're going to start putting the decoration on while it's flat, because it's easier to do while it's flat than while it's all bent once you've done your folds. However, it can still be done after the folds if you've done your folds already, so don't worry. So let's get first of all the pieces for the front, and what I've got here is the acrylic piece and the round donut shape piece, and my glue, and I'm just going to take my glue and I'm just going to put some little dots around the central hole. Hopefully you can see me doing that, but just a few little dots as close to the edge as possible. And make sure you've got something behind your paper so that you're not getting glue onto anything important. And then just fix your little acrylic circle on top of that, and just let it settle for a minute before we start then putting the glue on top of your donut. I'm calling it a donut because it's a circle within a circle. So just again, just lightly glue it. I don't know if you can see, just very lightly gluing it, but just sufficient that it's going to hold and hide the edges of the acrylic shape, and that should fit over your hole like so. And then just push that down so it is also stuck, and that's your first part. So simple. And then you'll have a decorative piece. Most pieces will be in the shape of the leaves, and again just a few little bits of glue. Mine just happens to be the same colour, but actually I do prefer a contrasting colour because I think it shows up far better. But I know there's a mix out there, so Just enjoying that. And if you can see, I'm very lightly gluing it because you don't want the glue to show far beyond the leaves. And then just fix that centrally over your little donut. Okay, hopefully you're doing well there. And then the next thing we're going to do is get the two pieces for the top of the bag. And this is just going to fit around the shoulder, where just above where the twine is. And again, just affix with glue and just a light sort of bit of glue at the back. Hopefully you can see me here. And don't worry if you're not keeping up, because you will be able to watch it again, and that will just fix. Now just slightly, as you can see, I've left a part of a white edge. Hopefully you can see that. So it's not right up to the edge, it's actually sort of between the hole and the outer edge. So just try and just fix that there. And then at the same time, you're going to take the back, and I haven't pushed the hose out there, so I'm just going to do that now. And then I'm going to, again, fix it to the back here. And again, just a light coating of glue. I did have yellow, but I didn't think it would show up as well on the camera, so I've picked out a bit of turquoise, which gives a nice bit of colour as well. So again, just fix that. And you don't have to be perfect. This is about having fun, not about being perfect. So that's most of that done. And then if we go back to the front, you have the choice of doing this now or later. You will have a sentiment, and you will have a little Easter egg or a bunny or a chick or something. Now on this one, I've obviously affixed the egg down here, but you can, I've made them where it's in the center up here. It can be wherever you want it to be. So you choose, and same with your sentiment as well. I've just got a little blue one here, and again, the glue, although you can actually use your double-sided stickies. And that, just try to decide, you can decide yourself, well, I think I'll just put mine down here on the right hand side. Okay, and I haven't got a spare rabbit or egg or anything. I've used all of them, but you will have them, and it's up to yourself whether you want to fix that or not. And it's the same whether you want to put Happy Easter on it. If you want to use it for a birthday gift or something, you don't need to put those on. You can keep those and use them on another project and just use your gift bag for a birthday or something. But it is nice for you to have something to remember this morning. So the next thing we're going to do, I'm just going to move this bag out the way, but we're going to start then doing the folds. And the first thing to do is actually just turn your main piece with the front at the bottom, and then just fold the outer edge in. And you're going to do a sort of concertina fold. So you're just going to then fold that in, and then fold this outer edge over as well. And this little outer edge is what is actually going to attach to each side of the bag, and that's what's going to hold it together at the sides. But you'll notice at the bottom there's a V shape. In fact, it makes a Y almost, but this little V shape. Just fold that with your thumb and just give it a little press on the inside. And that sort of gives a bit of shape to the bag when you're bringing it all together. And then you then need to just fold in your base, again just to bring creases, and as you can see I'm just using my fingers But just to give it a sharp crease, I'll then go over with my bone folder. But don't worry if you don't have a bone folder, it doesn't really matter. You can do perfectly well without it. Okay, now I'm just going to do the same now with the back pieces. Again, just fold it in, and then the concertina fold. And the same with the base pieces. That is going to give you the box shape at the bottom. And again, just nip the V shape at the bottom. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing here. I have to keep thinking that I am on camera and not just able to move it around as I usually do. And again, just fold it. Okay, so we've got our main pieces all ready, and we're ready to start gluing them together. Now, because I actually quite like double-sided tape, just for these side pieces, I'm going to use a bit of double-sided tape. And just going to put that along there, along the edge. Not done that very well, but it will, I'm sure it'll work out okay. And obviously just burnish it to make sure it's well stuck if you're using that. Equally so, just, in fact on the other one, I will actually put glue just to let you see it doesn't need to be double-sided tape. Okay, and then you just literally have to match the two pieces together and go as close to the edge as possible, keeping the small fold to the inside, so that in fact you can maybe see that. So, okay. And then on the other side, I'm just going to remove the double-sided tape. I'm just going to use my skewer just to lift it. This is a, maybe need a pinhole and a skewer. It's always when you're demonstrating, isn't it, that it plays up on you. Let me try again. Obviously I haven't burnished it enough. This is one thing with the tape, you do need to burnish it well, otherwise as you're trying to lift the paper, you're going to be lifting the tape as well. Hopefully we will get there. We just need a little bit of patience. There we are. And then just take this over here and again just line it up and stick it so that the edges are just meeting together. So you should now have your initial box shape with the fold. You can see how it's coming together. And now we're going to do the base. Now, first of all, what you want to do is push one in so that one actually forms the inside of the box for you. And then we're going to put the two little side shoulders over and then the bottom base. So we're going to do it in more or less 3 parts. So again, just fold one piece in. It doesn't matter whether it's the front or the back. I'm using a back piece to go as the first piece for the inside of the box. And then again, I'm just going to glue the inside of these shoulders. And just fix them. And you may have to just put your hand down inside just to hold that in place just for a few seconds until the shoulders actually stick. And then while that's drying there, you can then start to just put a little bit of glue on the final base. And again, just fix that over and just put your fingers in and just press it down. And you should then have a nice clean base at the bottom. You've got your folds at the side and you've got your decoration. So you're actually really just about finished, and all you need to do now is add your twine. And it's just literally, it's a bit like doing shoelaces. You go in at the bottom, in through the two holes and out at the front, and then just cross them over at the front, take them to the back. I've just realised I've done it back to front because I actually want the bow at the front. So I'm going to take it out again and just start, just to show you the correct way. So again, it's back to front, not front to back. And if you have any difficulty with the twine, you can always cut a little bit off the end to sharpen it and make it easier to go through the holes. Sometimes if it gets a little bit frayed, it can be more difficult to put through. But as I say, just cut a little bit off it if that's the case. There we are. That's what it should look like. And then all you need to do is just tie it in a bow. And there's your gift box. So I hope you've enjoyed this, and I hope you have a lovely Easter and enjoy the rest of the day with pots of clay. Bless you. Bye for now.